Now, you know how it goes, right? There are communities who sit back and they go, oh, we have a terrible time. We pay taxes. We don't have a police officer on every doorstep. Oh, my word, the world's falling apart. And then you get those communities who go, hey, guys, we've got a couple of issues. What are we going to do about it? How can we all work together to sort it out? And those are the communities I prefer, by the way. We have to do it for ourselves if we want to get anything done. Now, the neighborhood of Wynberg, like many others around Cape Town, they face a basket of issues, but unlike some, as I said, they don't bemoan their fate. They've got the newly formed Wynberg Residents and Ratepayers Association. It's on a mission try and solve their own problems by including the whole community. So I've got Darron Araujo joining us this morning, chairperson of the Wynberg Residents and Ratepayers Association. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kino. How are you?
Always good, and good to be chatting to you, man.
Good, thanks, and hello to your listeners. Thanks for having me.
No, it's a pleasure. Now, just talk to us about some of the main concerns that you've got in Wynberg, first and foremost, before we talk about the plan of action.
Well, Kino, interestingly, and I think that this is a very positive thing, I was interviewed by John Mason about 3 months ago about an incident in Torquay Avenue, and what is very positive is that the residents in Wynberg have just kept going, and we want to contribute and interact with council in a very positive way. So we held an IGM for the Residents and Ratepayers Association on the 15th of May. We've been registered with council the 29th of May, and we've been working with council on a raft of issues since then. So we've just kept going. There are multiple issues. It's a very diverse and complex area. Traffic calming is, of course, something that comes up. We have an enormous rat run through our suburb every weekday morning, which is of concern. There are substance abuse issues. There are issues around prostitution, particularly towards Main Road. We've got a high incidence of homelessness within our suburb. Community safety is obviously something that comes up, and we've got heritage and environmental issues as well. So it's quite a list.
Now, the plan of action when it comes to dealing with this, obviously, is going to be getting people together.
Exactly.
Right. So how do people get involved?
Well, what we have tried to do just from an organizational point of view, just from a structural point of view, is to not have this depend on those people who are elected to an executive committee alone, but to form subcommittees that are actually made up of local residents, so that there's a direct input. We've got a way of hearing exactly what people actually want in the suburb, and it's not all resting on one AGM once a year. What we are trying, we are a very new and young organization. We are trying to get more and more input from the community to hear not just about what is going wrong, but where do they want us to go in Wynberg? What vision is there for Wynberg going forward? And I think that is of importance. We're trying to identify specific projects that we can get off the ground. We can get in touch with our ward councillor. We can get in touch with the local council and say, hey guys, how can we work together towards this?
So even if there's something or somebody from local council listening, they should get hold of you, and this process needs to start ASAP. Now, where do people get hold of you, Darron? Where do people actually get hold of the Ratepayers and Residents Association?
We have a website address, Wynberg Residents, one word, and that's residents, DENTS.wordpress.com.
Okay.
And we're getting a lot of input from that address. We've also got a similar Facebook page, which is also Wynberg Residents. It's linked to that site. And otherwise, we have a newsletter that goes out about once a month. At the moment, we're in the process of even upgrading that. And I'm getting a lot of input just individually, people emailing me, people emailing members of the executive committee, which they're welcome to. We are all on there. My cell phone number is 074312240. Okay. People are getting in touch with us.
Perfect. Darron Araujo, thank you very much for that. Nice to see that the Wynberg Residents and Ratepayers Association getting together to do stuff for themselves. What's happening in your neighbourhood? You can give me a call, 021 446 0567, time for your Eyewitness News.